Hello, this is Anthony. Let's sit and talk. By the way, if you like, share, and subscribe, I would be grateful. So, today we're going to talk about the new year because we have reached the new year, 2025. Welcome. One of the things I want to talk about with the new year are actually a couple of things. First off, the new year never used to be in January. And when you look at the cycle of life, life always starts with birth and works its way through death. Our new year used to be roughly the end of March or 1st of April, which makes more sense because that's when spring happens, which is the birth. And then there are a couple of different, you can Google them, there are a couple of different discussions. It said that Pope Gregory changed the timeline on the Gregorian calendar to more match the church's view of January being the first date. It's also discussed that I think it was roughly 1752 that there was a move to change things from roughly end of March, April to January. Now, this may not sound significant to most people, but the problem with making that change and viewing our new year in January is that you're viewing the new year in a cycle that is death versus a cycle that is the opening or creation of life. And the issue with that is, we've talked about language and energy and those types of things. When you start things off in a energy of death versus an energy of creation or life, it changes the way that things are processed in terms of your interaction with the universe. Now, that aside, the other thing I want to talk about is a lot of people you've probably made your New Year's resolutions. And I've mentioned this in the past. People like to pick out dates and choose dates that they're going to make the change, or that they're going to push forward to start to change things. And the problem with that is it's not really living in the present moment, and it puts a lot of pressure and creates a lot of change in terms of how you mentally view things, in terms of allowing yourself to be in the present moment and become that version of who you want to be or those changes that you want to see in the present moment. It pushes it out to a later date. So it's almost like you're forgetting about it until this date arrives. The issue with that also is that you're trying to mentally prepare for something because a lot of people think, well, I'm going to go all in on that date, whether I'm going to go cold turkey from smoking or all in on going to the gym. And it all sounds amazing. However, the way that the human mind works, is we understand that it takes roughly 30 days to create a habit. Some say now that it takes up to 60 to 90 days to create a habit. And the issue with putting it out on a date is you're actually pushing out the desired version of what you prefer out into a timeline that does not necessarily resonate with where you're currently at. So to me, making these New Year's resolutions anymore, for me, feels fruitless because when I feel like there are changes that I need to make or that I desire in my life, I just carry those from the present moment. And because those changes are very important to me, staying in the present moment allows me to stay on track with those preferred things that I would like to adjust or create or change. And because I can stay in that in the present moment, it allows me to stay focused on it for a longer period of time, which means that from the psychological perspective, I can get to a point where those things become a habit. Those thoughts become more habits in order to allow me to be successful in achieving what I want or what I desire. This is also backed by how manifestation works as well. Just staying in the present moment, believing in an outcome, and aligning your thoughts in the moment, in all of the moments to come, with that desired outcome. So, all that being said, I do wish you a happy new year, happy 2025. I hope these messages are helpful. I very much enjoy receiving some of your comments, so please feel free to comment in the section below. And I look forward to a new year helping you and working with you throughout the different processes. Have a most amazing day. Peace, love, light, until I talk to you again.